So many of you have asked what's actually going on with my digestion, especially after I shared about my endoscopy and my manometry testing. So I thought it might be good to fill you in. When I was pregnant with my third child, I started getting excess air in my stomach when I would eat or drink, and this required me to eat very slowly and burp frequently. And then in 2019, I experienced some really big stressful events, including my two oldest kids leaving, and I wouldn't see them for 2 years. The anticipatory anxiety was crippling, and it hit me like a wall. And instead of letting myself feel it, I worked harder, faster, and stronger to avoid the sadness. Well, my stress reserve tank hit empty, surprise, surprise, resulting in chronic anxiety. I had inflammation throughout my chest and stomach, and the burping issue that I had for years became monumentally worse. I started planning my entire day around when I could eat, stopping an hour before any meeting so I could control the burping. Going out to eat meant choosing between actually eating or being able to socialize. Nights out stopped. The isolation was overwhelming. But here's what I learned that changed everything for me. My nervous system and my digestion are completely connected via the vagus nerve. When I'm anxious or stressed, my body goes into fight or flight mode. Everything tightens up, and then I can't burp, and then I have what I call a burpisode, which is extremely uncomfortable and takes about 2 hours to pass. So I have had to learn something that I'd been avoiding my whole life, which is how to actually calm my nervous system. And the biggest thing was that I had to stop being afraid of big emotions like sadness and grief and fear. I'd spent years trying to avoid them, distracting myself, staying busy, pushing through. But our bodies don't work that way. When we try to avoid emotions, they actually persist. They build up. They create inflammation and anxiety that our bodies have to carry. But when I learned to actually feel them, to just sit with the sadness and let it move through me, it would pass and my body would relax. I started learning about how our brains work. The amygdala sounds the alarm when we're stressed, but the prefrontal cortex can bring us back to the present moment. That's why I'm going through more testing now, because I'm still trying to figure out all the pieces. But here's what I know for sure. Our bodies are trying to help us, not hurt us. When my digestion acts up, it's not my body failing me. It's my body saying, hey, we need to slow down. We need to feel this. We need to be present. If you're dealing with digestive issues that seem to get worse when you're stressed, if you find yourself planning your whole day around when you can eat, if you've been trying to avoid big emotions by staying busy like I did, if your body feels like it's working against you, what if it's just trying to warn and teach us, and we just need to get quiet and listen? If you're on this journey too, I'd love to walk it with you. Everything I've learned about calming our nervous system and supporting our body through the food that we eat, I share at gentletummy.com. And I can attest there's so much hope on the other side of just letting yourself feel.